What's going on, y'all? It's JSMO Reviews here, back at it again with another video. As promised, TTop versus Snake Eyez review. Mentioned it in the last video, talking about Calico, still outside card, out in April. But my original thing is I wanted to do a TTop versus Snake Eyez review and talk a little bit about Redemption in general, what's dropped so far. I am always active, updating on my Twitter about my feelings on some battles, and I'm probably not going to give a review to. But while you guys are here, might as well talk about the 3 drops that have come from the card. I think the only thing left is JC versus J2. And when it comes to these 3 battles, I'm only doing the bar for bar and TTop versus Snake Eyez. But I wanted to do a little bit of a, talk in general about the other 2 battles. First one was Holmesy versus Arsenal. Probably the worst battle of the 3, but big reason for that. And mentioned in the battle, and even Holmesy got a chance to tell me. I believe they're operating on 8 days prep and 9 days prep, something like that. So very, very low prep situation. I know Holmesy said he was sick, but even with both had really short rounds. I think it was around 90 seconds, 2 minutes-ish, it felt like. Very quick battle to watch. I personally had Holmesy edging the battle in the first 2 rounds. I thought that Ars, it's kind of funny because I thought that Ars, for the most part, brought what I'd expect for this type of battle, where it's not the biggest for him or anything like that, so he kind of just brings words that rhyme, a little bit of OBC here and there. He had a Winslow bar, an Eddie Winslow bar that broke the building, you know what I'm saying, because his win's low, but Ars's third is then the best round of the battle. So it is kind of crazy because his third, he gets into a rapping bag, and it's a very tailored and effective Ars. So I think both of their thirds are their best rounds of the battle. Ars's third being the best of the whole battle. I personally edged the first 2 to Holmesy. It was okay. And then ORed versus Kid Chaos was pretty crazy, to be honest with you. Or not the battle overall, but I heard, and I heard ORed did good, but I did not know he did that good. And I think for Chaos, it's tough because similar to his Trez battle, I think Chaos is pretty good. Probably worse in a couple of aspects. I didn't really like his second round angle, the jokey rape angle. I wasn't rocking with it. Not that it's the worst thing ever. I just don't. It wasn't a topic that was too comedic to me. He got a couple dark humor jokes, I guess, kind of out of it, but it wasn't my favorite, right? But I thought Chaos was good in the first. I thought his third was his best round, and I think the first is the closest. So his third is his best round. The first is the closest. But Red really just got after him, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Red from first to third, I had him winning all 3. The first maybe by an edge, but clearly in the second. By the time he got to the third, he has the AMG, the flow pockets, that all came from me. All these crafts came from the mothership. That was the way he set it up, was a super haymaker, and his third was the best round of the battle. So you get a vintage ORed performance. You know what I'm saying? I thought it one of the best ones in a little bit of time. I like this Holmesy battle last year. This is probably even better than that, and a pretty clear win over Kid Chaos. And then you got the first battle was debatable with Holmesy and Ars, and then, as we're here for, we got TTop versus Snake Eyez. And starting on Snake Eyez in the first, and I will say, I like Snake Eyez' first round the most out of any of his 3 rounds here. I think it's pretty cool. He starts off with the 1-hourly intro, which he's done in many battles. In lockup, just to eat, you'd have had to clean the microwave and the stove. A little bit of jail talk there, disrespecting him. I thought that was cool. The Vanish Mode bar was cool. I've been doing a lot, but this gonna be busy week. So overall, you know what I'm saying, I thought both of those, they were alright on just the punching level. Gets into the Briz fight angle, which we've heard before. If Rex got jumped and I was there, I would have had to go back and shoot the fade with everyone that got active. I'd say the angle, obviously, as we know, probably played out, and it falls a bit flat here. It's not lying, you know what I'm saying, in terms of the content. So not really bad material yet. The different... you're going to see different tiers after the win, like D'Angelo Russell. I thought that was dope. When the OGs used to push us off the court, we'd fuck their game up by throwing rocks from the roof. A little bit of imagery. What you know about uncapping the fire hydrant, turning the whole block into a water park. So, you take the shit off. All the kids, everybody running up and down with the water shooting up the block. I thought that was dope. The couple pounds and a few ounces like a newborn baby. I thought that was hard. I remember, I think it's Joey Gambella a long time ago in the smaller league did a bar similar to that. Not that I'm saying it's bitter or anything. It just reminded me of it. But I thought that was dope. If it gets smoky in this bitch, let's see if the bear can prevent that. Probably my favorite bar from this first was the Smokey the Bear joint. And then he has the crosswords, hit Busy Bone. We've heard that against TTop before. But overall, it's a cool first, man. Like a couple bars I liked in there. Like a couple moments that were better than others, right? But I think it's a pretty complete round. And then TTop starts, rebutted a lot in this battle. And this is probably the best rebuttal, all things considered. He rebutted to the water park, uncapping the fire hydrant for the block. I ain't have no water park, but all my drugs was wet and wild. that was fire. He gets into the CK, Christopher Keys is a Snake's name, so he gets in the CK angle from Geechee when he got at Snake for the Calvin Klein shit on the Riot, the whole you not crippin' right angle, and he said your initials are CK, you've been disrespectful since birth. I thought that was pretty clever. The 1,000 grams for one key, I thought that was cool. I didn't like it that much. Then he gets in his pocket. I feel like this pocket is where TTop really starts to kind of show what type of performance he's about to give and kind of separates in this first. Your name's Chris, so you should know that we all hate you. I'll let it whistle. I'll dog train you. You couldn't take the head off the bear with Palm Angels. I thought that was fire. Gets into a little angle punch about Ace bumping Snake all the way back on, I think it was Summer Impact Reloaded. And then you said it was breast cancer awareness, and we was talking about that bump the whole month. That was fucking crazy. I'm the master, Keys. I can open up doors for you. Thought that was dope. He had this yard sale thing where it started with like a simple yard sale bar, and then he said, I said yard sale, right? That's because that's because everything from the inside out. That was stupid, the way that he pulled that off. Really focused TTop in this first round. Stomp and lift Snake up. It's a fraternity party. Performance and everything with that bar. Beat him up, left knots on Snake. It's a balloon animal. I thought that was clever, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like, just from a bar creativity standpoint, I thought TTop was really punching with them, and I thought the angles he was choosing wasn't harping on him. Anything I know, gossipy, right? Gossipy, that's not what people want, is the overly personal angles. I thought he touched on some surface level stuff, did some cool name flips, and overall, you add that little bit of performance. I had TTop up. Not like a disrespectful 1-0. I thought Snake's first was good, but up 1-0 clear after the first round. So getting into the second round of the battle, a little bit of a dip from both in the second. Ace starts out with this rebuttal. You bringing up that Ace shit? That must mean you still on my dick, which everyone was laughing. I ain't gonna lie, Ace or Snake not really rebuttaling often, starting like hella aggressive like that. The shit was just funny. What's funny is the rebuttal ended up really not good. The punchline ended up not landing or anything, but this is where the battle really just starts getting funny as hell. I ain't gonna lie, even no matter when or whatever, some funny ass shit happens. So he starts out with that. He gets to the I should have battled JC tonight and you should have battled J2, and he like flipped T-Top slogan on him, like, because he would have let you finish your work and put it in. So flip on the slogan, crazy pause, like insane pause, but shit landed as a haymaker. Then he gets in the fat joke portion of his round. He did a biggie, can't you see? And then he would like finish it with like a punchline calling T-Top fat. And really, it was pretty dry portion of his round. What I will say is he did say that T-Top was making a recipe for barbecue ice cream, which is foul and funny as fuck. So I'm with that. I ain't really like the whole joking portion, but I thought that was memorable. I thought that was, he said he ate sticks of butter like Snickers, bunch of shit like that. Then he got into the Lane Bryant punch. Thought that was dope. He has this bar. I like the concept. He said, y'all know the messages on the credit cards? I'm gonna black both your eyes and you ain't gonna do nothing because you pussy. You know the messages that pop up on the credit cards. You're gonna have to accept these cookies. I think that's just for websites. I don't think, I could be completely wrong, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I missed it up there, but you accept cookies for like a website. So structurally, but I get what the concept of the bar is, obviously. So I like that. And then at the end, he is the Spanish guys. I thought my mom's with the Spanish guy. There was always Elio's in the kitchen. Smack was loving the fuck out of that bar, you know what I'm saying? So he ends the round I thought he ended the round better than how he started. I thought that middle section, some people might like the fat jokes. I just don't know if they were executed great. Then T-Top goes top of the second. He is he is his whole starter, because he starts roasting Snake Eyes for the fake eye, right? The eye situation. He said if we don't really know him because if the eyes are the windows to the soul, we don't know the half. I thought that was crazy. The date insights. He said he got snake skin and marble eyes. That was funny as hell. You gonna go? He started talking to a girl in the crowd and said, "Snake gonna walk up like, excuse me, miss, you caught my eye." So he's really working the jokes, and his was definitely landing better in the room. I thought it was just performing a little bit better, as well. The eye fucked up part was crazy. You think I care if your eye fucked up? I seen so much glass, my eye fucked up. I had to work on the stove with the I fucked up and called the plug up like I fucked up. Very repeatable, you know what I'm saying? He gets the repeated, crowd kind of goes with it, sing along style, which is always a good way to structure your material. I'm coming for the little keys like a safety deposit box. Talk about going after his kids. That was a pretty crazy bar. The airport security, you could never be down with the set like airport security. You could never be Park TTop is Park Life, so I thought that went over a couple of heads. I thought that was a good bar. They never let you motherfucking park in that airport. They moving people around. Beat you with your own belt like Pootie Tang. That was hard. And then the rattlesnake. The rattlesnake. All you do is shake and tell. So once again, I thought there was a little bit of a dip. I thought the middle part, after the I fucked up part, I thought a few of those punches leading up into like the Pootie Tang and the rattlesnake bar were definitely like, they were just okay, but still a really good T-top round. And even if not good as his first, I thought he won by maybe even a clearer margin here, was up 2-0. And that leaves you with the third round of the battle. For anyone seen on the app, it is clearly like the shortest rap round of the battle is Snake Eyez third. He starts out with a rebuttal to the fight, you know what I'm saying, like the fight angle, saying that T-Top turned into a bitch when there was a swing. I'm not mad at him trying to rebuttal. I feel like his rebuttals fell flat a little bit in this battle, but and, you know, I wasn't mad at the effort at it, but he did have another funny ass moment. He looked at the same girl that T-Top was talking to the bar before, and he said, what's up, mama? You can't get down with this, and pointed at this eye, and that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it, man. You know what I'm saying? Leave it all out there. So that turned into some rod the stick something rebuttal. I ain't really like the ending of the rebuttal like that. But I thought that was definitely a moment there. Then he works the baby mama angle versus T-Top, about T-Top's BM. Krishan Rock, she was sucking dick till she was blue in the face. So, you know, he got a good punch out of it. Then he goes into the, you ain't put on no one from Carolina, but one person. And this Anderson Burris, who's a borderline racist. So he threw, fuck it. And what's crazy is I think Arsenal even said, I don't even care, that's still my dog. So anything was happening in this battle. And that's not even to get, Arsenal was losing his goddamn mind in this battle. I know Ars sometimes when you hyping up, he can get involved. But boy, Arsenal was basically a part of this goddamn battle. He went full Gwitty on us. You could debate if it added or took away. I didn't think it did nothing crazy, the footage, but it was definitely notable. And then from there, Snake kind of wraps the third up quickly. Both of them were kind of like a little all over the place in the third, so it didn't seem like they had it down super down pat. Their thirds like that. But his weakest round, you know what I'm saying, a couple of funny moments, but just doesn't have any type of approach or structure like the first two rounds. And then T-Top cleans up the battle. He starts out trying to rebuttal, and he just gets out. He said, I ain't even going to try to freestyle. So he's fucking up the rebuttal. Take points as you may for that, because that's definitely like messing up a freestyle. You ain't forget your round, but you messed up in a sense. I was the doctor. My girl ain't understand when I said the fiend, my patience was thin. Talk about the fiends getting sick. Just like a doctor, they ain't know they was sick from the medicine. So he's this whole like doctor drug dealing type of concept. I know where you are. I got a cracker to give me the scoop like Dunkaroos. I thought that was cool. Then he talks about the Stumbles situation, right? Stumbles and Black Compass kind of getting fucked up by Stumbles and his crew back when that happened. You could have asked him for you talking about a dude in the wheelchair. You could have had a 1v1 and it would have been a handicap match. That was a haymaker. R.I.P. dude, if I'm correct, by the way. Two Stumbles has told me. I think he's passed away by now. That whole situation will always live in infamy for battle rap, particularly for Snake. So he lands that. That was probably the nail in the coffin in the third. But even from there, he said the Rock leave and retracted her statement and just said Snake just rattled her. Thought that was cool. And then he gets to the end. He's got one more bar saying, me in the graveyard fell in love at first sight ever since I laid eyes on it. Another good bar. I just think it's enough to clean up and around where T-Top wasn't that crazy, but Snake kind of just didn't have much of anything in his third. So, unfortunate to say because it started out good for Snake, you know what I'm saying? But really vintage T-Top performance. Kind of reminds me of the what we got with Red and Chaos for you guys that watched that battle, where I think people were expecting it to be maybe even a little bit closer going in. You know, Red hasn't been looking too good. T-Top on his own, you know, I thought he's a little better than people gave him credit for last year, but he had a couple rough losses, and I could say, similar to ORed in his battle, T-Top gives a great performance, and in my opinion, wins the battle 3-0. But that will be my full review here for Snake Eyes versus T-Top, man, as well as kind of like my recap so far of everything Redemption 3. JC versus J2 just hasn't dropped. When it does, I don't know if it'll get its like standalone review, but I will find a way to recap it in some way, shape, or form for you guys, or at least review it, tweet, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to show it some love. But so far, biggest takeaway is ORed and TTop's performances from Redemption 3, and especially since this is the first battles at the URL studios, you know what I'm saying? That type of venue they're shooting at there, and if they're going to be shooting more battles there, something that interests me is that if you're getting these performances from ORed and TTop, ORed had a really good call out for T-Top at the end of his battle. I'm not mad at that there in the URL studios, man. They've been going back and forth for a minute. I know people, general fans, like especially with ORed, but the approval for both of them has been, stock's been down a little bit more, maybe more complaints than in other years. But if they can perform like that in that room, I feel like, it's obviously helping them give the best version of themselves. And I still think that's a battle that's going to have name merit. ORed versus T-Top is not crazy on paper, man. These are two great talents, and I think it would be a dope battle. But besides that, Snake Eyes in this one kind of continuing maybe the pattern he has had recently. Ended up on the other end of some not good 3-0s. I will say the Excel battle was a lot closer than any of maybe these other ones against top tier competition. But out of all if it means anything, out of all these Snake Eyes performances, this is like one of the better ones, even if it's still on the losing side of the battle. I thought that he was entertaining in portions. And at the end of the day, as long as he's booked, he's booked. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be battling top names, and if it's still highlight reels, at least someone's having a good performance out of it, right? But just my thoughts so far on everything that's happened with this. More battles coming out, and as I said, I think in my last video a little bit, but March and April, we're looking a lot more stacked, a lot more just straight recaps, reviews. I feel like I'm doing so many predictions right now. It's like the calm before the storm until I get to just review battle after battle. So expect a bunch of reviews coming to the channel soon. But it's been J Small Reviews again, y'all. Let me know what you thought of the Redemption 3 battles so far. I'm going to catch you on the next one, man. Peace.